What's going on, guys, and welcome to episode number 188 of Career Mode. Every single time I start a commentary on Career Mode, it's just so amazing to see that many episodes. But yeah, it's pre-season time, of course, ending last season with such an amazing end of season, winning the Premier League and the FA Cup, and in that same season winning the Capital One Cup and the Copa Europe was great. But a lot of you have been saying in the comments, why haven't you signed Marcano yet? You've got him on loan, but why haven't you signed him yet? Well, as I've said before, he's a really expensive player and we needed to focus on other areas of the squad really, but now we've got the money, we've got 35 million to spend in this summer transfer window. I thought, you know what, we've been exploiting the loan system for the past 3 seasons, let's go ahead and sign him. Let's go ahead and sign him. AC Milan, of course, we had him for a season on loan, and obviously Sunderland over the last couple of seasons we've had him, but I thought, you know what, let's actually go and sign him. He's going to cost a lot of money, but let's sign him. But yeah, also this guy from the free agents, a reminder that I do check the free agents, guys. I just add them to the short list so you can see the attributes on the screen. It's just easier really, so yeah, don't I know you guys comment every single preseason, check the free agents, docs, there's some good players in there. I know, I do check, but yes, so that looks like the best player I found in the free agents. 81 rated, only 2-star skill moves and 1-star weak foot. That sucks, but a lot of pace, got that potential to be special, little exclamation mark next to his name as well, so he could be very decent. Obviously pace and nothing else really, but yeah, he could be a squad player. I mean, Watamelio's been a good squad player for us last season, and he could be a decent squad player, possibly try and shift on Sido or possibly even Miyachi. Miyachi wasn't that great for us last season, but it was his debut season. But anyway, here's a look at the youth squad. Actually released a lot of these players as I'm sort of shifting over to the new era with Sunderland. A lot of young, good players coming through. You need to only sign the very best. This guy looks great. I said last season the guy that I sent out to Ivory Coast was a really bad scout, but he did pick up one decent player. It's that guy. That Nsaya guy looks like he's got a fantastic potential. Looks like he'd be a very good target man for us, so I try and get him into the first team squad. But we've got some transfer offers here. This episode is filled with transfer offers, and it's also got the opening free pre-season friendly games. So yeah, as per usual, if you could leave a like, please do so, because this is a mammoth of an episode. So if you guys could leave a like, please do so. It's going to take me a long time to get this all sorted, but yeah, please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. And yeah, there's a lot of deals in it, as well as the free games you'll see over the course of the episode. But the free agent we wanted to sign, he wanted to understand the role of the club, and to be honest, even though he is 81 rated for an 18-year-old and a lot of pace, the fact he's only got 2-star skills and 1-star weak foot really does put me off him a bit. So I can't see him being more than a squad player really, but even so, we'll have to wait and see. But Sim, of course, just like Marcano we had on loan over the past couple of seasons, he's been our first choice right back. He's a fantastic right back, and I'd definitely like to get this guy on a permanent transfer as well. He, like Marcano, is going to cost a lot of money, no real surprise. Young, very, very good, and got good potential as well. But even so, Liverpool accept the £18.5 million plus Jack Colback deal for Felipe Marcano, which is fantastic news for us, because obviously Marcano, you know, I mean, he's such an amazing young talent, and obviously the cult hero of the series right now, so I'm really hopeful to get him in. And of course, Jack Colback, the only real Sunderland player that is still in this club, I think. So yeah, that'll be a sort of a new transition for us. But a lot of clubs wanted Townsend, Skin him Towns, but I don't want him to go. And yeah, we also get to sign the young youth player we had, that Ivory Coast centre forward and striker. And as you can see, some really poor stats, no real surprise. Every youth player seems to be 67 overall right now, but even so, 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, and being 6'6", he could be very good for us. So yeah, I'll try and send him out on loan, and you know, otherwise games are going to be really scarce for him. But even so, he looks like he could be a very good squad player over the next few years. But anyway, I decided to go in for a new scout. We've got £40.5 million, so I thought, why not improve the scouting system? And yes, fantastic. It's so hard to find scouts that have got 5-star experience and judgment, I found over this course of the series. But yes, this guy's got 5-star experience and judgment, and he's from England as well, which is great. So we can send him out to England and he'll have that star. I've been told that the scouts find better players from their own countries, so if I send an English scout to an English country, That didn't make sense. Yes, it did. I don't know. If I send the English scout to England, he'll find better players than if I sent him out to Norway, for example. So yeah, that's good, and I'm glad he's English, because I always like to send a scout to England, and yeah, hopefully he can pick us up some decent players. And yeah, Liverpool, they didn't want to let go of Sim. This really did suck. I decided to offer £16 million on its own, and just hope for the best. That's a lot of money, but you know, he's a very good right back. And Marcano accepts the contract. Epic, yay! I'm really pleased. It's good news, really. Obviously, we've wanted to get Marcano on a permanent deal ever since we left Liverpool, but we didn't really have a permanent club in Milan. Wasn't sure how long I was going to stay at Sunderland. Now it's a project. Now we're going to stay. I might as well sign him for the long-term future. Ward-Prowse gets a serious injury. He's going to be out for 5 months, so I'm actually going to look to sell Ward-Prowse, because we didn't really get the most out of him last year, and I don't really rate him that much. He tires easily, and he doesn't really offer much to the team, so I might try and sell Ward-Prowse. What I might do is try and sort of have a straight swap deal with another player, see how that works out, and hope for the best. And of course, one of the best things about Ward-Prowse is that he is English. Of course, I do like to sign homegrown players. And Craig Gibson, now who remembers? Has anyone been watching this series all the way from the start? If you have, you may remember Craig Gibson. He was the first promising youth player we signed through the academy. It was for Blackburn. I talked about how good this guy could be. We ended up leaving Blackburn. He left to Bayern Munich, and look at him. He's developed really well. 83 rated overall, 24 years old. Looks like he could be very good. A straight swap deal for James Ward-Prowse, that would be a very good deal for us. And Clive Clay, I know he's an old player. I know you guys don't like me signing old players, but all the best young English talent belongs to Liverpool, including Clive Clay. So if we can get him in on a straight swap deal, that would be very nice, but I'm not sure how that's going to work out. But we get a transfer offer here coming in for Jonathan Sido. It's Spurs. I think it was for about Juventus, not Spurs, for £8 million. We counter offer for £10 million. Of course, we're looking to sign that young free agent who's a winger and quick, just like Sido. So, you know, he can go, really. We'll just get a simple straight swap deal there and save ourselves £10 million. So he's on his way to Juventus after they met the counter offer. And Liverpool accepted the £16 million bid we put in for Sim, which is great news, because he was, of course, our first choice right back over the past couple of seasons. And he's a really good player as well. So that could be a good deal for us, despite how much it's going to cost. But Bayern Munich wanted £4 million plus James Ward-Prowse, and with the fact that Ward-Prowse is going to be out for 5 months, I think it was, and the fact I don't really like him that much, I thought, you know what, I'll offer £3 million and hope for the best, because you know, he's a great player, Gibson. He's got some great stats, and he could be a very good impact sub for us. And Liverpool say they're not happy with the bid we made for Clay, so I thought, screw it, I'll just wait for Bayern Munich to come back to us, and we'll have to wait and see what we can do there. But Sim comes into the club, £16 million. It's a lot of money, almost the same as Marcano, but still a very good player. And Bayern Munich accept the £3 million plus James Ward-Prowse deal. That's great. I know it's a bit of a stupid deal. I know you guys will think that's stupid, really. It's just throwing money away for no reason. But to be honest, he's got some good stats. I didn't really get on with Ward-Prowse, and the fact he's going to be injured for 5 months, I may as well just trade him in for another English backup midfielder, you know. So that would be decent for us. And Williams, that guy we signed on a free agent, is on his way to Arsenal, so another good piece of business there, signing a player on a free agent and then making a few million on profit. Alexi Glombard, I think we may actually have inherited this player when we came into the squad. He's on his way to Everton, perfectly fine with me, never really used him. But centre-backs, we're running light on cover on centre-backs. We've got Corker and Belazika, but that's it. So I wouldn't mind signing this guy, Josh Baines. Looks pretty decent, 6'8", so a giant, and you know, some decent stats really for a reserve player. But Williams goes to Arsenal, Glombard goes to Everton, and then this happens. Ronaldo says he's thinking about retiring. That sucks. I'm really sad about that, because Ronaldo, of course, had a fantastic debut season for us, and it looks like the 35-year-old is going to call time at the end of the season. That absolutely sucks, but it was going to happen. You know, we thought it would. I thought it would happen last season, and it didn't. So I guess I'm pleased to get 2 seasons out of him instead of 1. But anyway, Gibson comes in. That's good news. Again, you guys may think that's a stupid deal, but I was pretty pleased with it. So that's good for us. And Josh Baines declines the contract, so we go ahead and offer him a new one. But I'm not sure we're going to be able to get him because he's already got interest from 2 other clubs who could probably offer better squad status than we can. Because of course, we don't really need him. And we also get a transfer offer for Roberto Avila. It's City for 8 million. Never really used this guy. Another player we signed on a free agent. Never really used. So that's just easy money for us really. And player does get sold, and it is indeed Roberto Avila. So that's £7 million, that goes into our budget for a player that we signed on a free agent and never really used. So that's perfectly fine. Liverpool coming for Jose Rodriguez. I wasn't really sure what to do with this because I kind of like him. He's a decent passer of the ball, and I asked for a bit more money. But I also decided to fire my other scout, and I'm going to wait for another 5-star experience and judgment scout to come in because, of course, we don't really need him anymore. But Lee Nichols decided to go in for reserve goalkeeper. Of course, we don't have a reserve goalkeeper anymore. Nathan Beck was only on loan last season, so sorry, I just need to breathe. An English goalkeeper in the reserves would be fine. Nichols on the cheap, hopefully. Looks like he could be a pretty decent reserve goalkeeper, just in case, the worst case scenario happens and Courtois gets injured and Gazaniga is out of form. And this guy as well, Sam Martin from Blackburn. It's going to cost me a few million more, but he looks like a pretty decent goalkeeper, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But Liverpool say they're not going to go in for Jose Rodriguez. That's fine. Want to keep hold of him, to be honest, because he's got some pretty decent stats. And here we see the first preseason friendly. All 3 preseason friendlies are in this episode, so I'm going to remind you again, if you could leave a like for this mammoth episode, please do so, because it really does help my channel out and it's much appreciated. But here's the first of the 3 preseason friendlies. It's against Palermo, and my word, I was all over the place in this game. We don't need to sign any big players, so there were no big signings to check out in this game, but even so, I was all over the place. Defensively, I could not defend to save my life, and here you see an unlucky deflection as Paletta's shot hits off Zuma and goes into the back of the net. So 2-0 to Palermo. The game was being closed out here in the 90th minute. We managed to get ourselves a consolation goal. Fernandez's cross-in was met by the head of Nathan Redmond. So the game finished 2-1. It's a loss. It's the first game of the season, non-competitively of course, but still the first game of the season, and we lose at home to Palermo. That was really disappointing, and we'll have to step it up in the next pre-season friendly against Juventus. You'll see that in just a moment. Hull wanted a bit more money for Lee Nichols. To be honest, I don't really need him, so I'm not really sure why I'm bidding at all, really. But even so, we get a transfer offer for Leandro Fernandez. This guy's got some pretty decent stats, so I'm not really sure I want to let go of him, really, because he's only 21. He's already 78 rated overall, and he's got some pretty decent stats. And we don't have too many backup strikers. But anyway, Blackburn say they're not going to accept any deal for Sam Martin. So I thought, you know what, screw it. I don't really need a reserve goalkeeper. I might just get another one on loan. I had Beck on loan last season. I can just find another cheap goalkeeper on loan that won't cost us any money other than a few grand a week on the wages. But anyway, we take on Juventus for the second pre-season friendly here at the Juventus Stadium in Italy, and the best chance of the game fell to Wakaso, who hit the post in the 90th minute, and it was virtually the last kick of the game as well. It finished 0-0. It's better than the last game, which we of course lost to Palermo, so I'll take it. It's a 0-0 draw away, and it's not a bad result. Juventus of course are very good 5-star side, and it's better than the game against Palermo, so I'll take that 0-0 draw in the second pre-season friendly. And Hull said they wanted 1 million for Nichols, and I thought I don't even know why I'm going in for him. I don't need him, so I thought screw it, I'll just leave it, and I'll try and get a lone goalkeeper, and it's this guy Viviani. Funnily enough, the goalkeeper that was in the last game. You just saw him play, you just saw him try and stop that Wakaso shot. So yeah, a lone goalkeeper that will sit in the reserves, that's perfectly fine, and I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. But anyway, we get a youth squad monthly report here. Like you can see, all of the players have fantastic potential now, which is great news for us, because I'm trying to just redevelop the youth squad completely and only have the best players, and now I've got them. And the third and final pre-season friendly game is against Valencia here at the Stadium of Light. So we lost the first one, we drew the second one, so as things stood, it looked like we were definitely going to win the third one. But just after half an hour play, we did manage to get ourselves in the lead. It was Watamelio with a great header, not a tall player, but a very good leap on him, and that was a fantastic header into the back of the net there to make it Sunderland 1, Valencia 0. 1-0, and we did have Gazzaniga playing in this game, and he did make a fantastic save. He saw Viviani come into the club, so he thought, you know what, I want to sit on the bench this season, not Nathan Beck. So yeah, Gazza pulls off a great save, and the game finishes 1-0. So don't worry, Gazza, I'm going to have you on the bench this season. I know last season you were in the reserves, but now you're going to sit on the bench. But anyway, 1-0 the final score. So a loss, a draw, and a win in pre-season, so a mixed bag. And we also get that reserve goalkeeper we wanted for our reserves of Juventus on loan. So that's great news for us. And also, I needed another centre back, of course. This Nathan Mullen guy looks good. Josh Baines ended up going to another club, so I thought I'd try and get this guy. He's pretty much the same as Baines, really, just young English reserve centre back. But Helenius coming back from injury, that's good news. And I also decided to go in for another centre back just in case Mullen said no. This guy's going to cost us a few million, but he could be pretty decent. I decided to inquire, but actually Valencia said they wanted 10.5 million, and I was like, seriously, that much for a reserve centre back? I don't think so. So I said no. But anyway, guys, as always, a big thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave a like, because it really does help my channel out, and it only takes a second, and it has been a very long episode, and 15 minutes long. But anyway, thanks for watching regardless. Please leave a like if you have enjoyed the video, and the last thing you'll see us do is going for a new striker just to sit on the bench. But yeah, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. I really hope you have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon, and I'm going to go catch my breath.